Hello guys, welcome to another lesson on Photoshop, and today I'll be showing you how some basic tools work in Photoshop. So today we are going to see how the move tool works, the marquee tool, the lasso tool, and the quick selection tool and the crop tool. I'll show you how they work here. So first of all, if you can remember our previous class, I said you want to create a new layer, a new workspace. You click on Ctrl N, or you come to File, you click on New, and it gives you your window. Then you select the one you want. I want to use A4, so it's already on A4, so you can just pick A4 from here. Then make sure the resolution is good, like this 300 is okay, and you click OK. So now this is your workspace for A4. So basically, if you want to see how the move tool works, because this is the first tool here, this one, so I'm going to show you how it works. So you're going to place an image on your workspace. Let's see, let's use Chacha's picture. Okay, this is a picture of a celebrity. So now I'm going to show you how the move tool works. You just pick the image and move it around, and that's it. That's just the basic function of the move tool. You can use it to pick any object around. So that's it. The marquee tool, you can only select, it's for selection, but you only select basically squares and circles from the picture. If you can check other functions of the tool, you have the rectangular marquee tool, the elliptical marquee tool, the single row marquee tool. So the rectangular marquee tool, now you can see, for example, I can just click on the image, the normal click button, the left click. You click, you see it only draws squares or rectangles. See, I can just pick here, and you see this is just square. So if you take it back to the move tool, you can also move the image here and arrange it to what you have. You see, okay, let me just put it at the center, so that, okay, so now going back to my tool, so now you can see after selecting it, you can just move the portion you've selected to any part of her body you want to be square. Let's take, for example, it's a passport or something. So this is it now, and then you right click to see other options, and you see copy, you see cut, you see make work path, and the rest. So I just want only this part of the picture, so I can just copy this part of the picture, so that when you go back to your move tool now, you can just check and you see just the selected portion is the one I'm moving. I don't know, you can see it. So that's the function of the rectangular marquee tool. See, and that's it. Yeah, perfect, as normal. So you can just that's the function, that's the basic function of the rectangular marquee tool. Then the elliptical marquee tool is select circles from the picture. You see, let's just say no, let me try drawing a circle. Here you can see it's selecting a circle out of a picture, so you can just move it, take it to where you want. Then you do the same thing, you copy. Once you copy, you take it back to your move tool, and you can see it's the circle, that is the circle that I selected earlier that is moving, not the real picture. So that's the function of the the marquee tool, that's the elliptical marquee tool. Then the single row marquee tool is the same, is almost the same function with the rectangular marquee tool, because it will just draw a straight line across the image, and if you click on copy, you will just have a little portion of it. You can see, but it's not that visible, so you can just zoom it in. You see a little line across the screen, this line. Yeah, that's it. So that's just the basic function of that. So let's go back to our tools. Then this tool, lasso tool and polygonal lasso tool, is the same thing, just anyone you prefer using is the same function. But I prefer using the polygonal lasso tool because it's easier for me. So depending on you, what you want and everything. So you can see now I've zoomed the image. I hope you've not forgotten the function, the tool, the zoom tool. So you can just use the zoom tool to zoom in and out. You zoom in, then you change it here, and you zoom out. Okay, I use my shortcuts a lot, that's why. So you can just use the lasso tool now to select the picture, the image. So you can see I'm selecting, and just trying to, it's not as accurate as when I'm doing an actual job. I'm just doing it for the sake of this tutorial, so try to be accurate as possible. So you can see, let me stop here. Now I have selected this part of the picture. Maybe let's, for example, you want to delete this part of the picture. You can just select around the head and this, you see. So now this part is selected. You can just press the backspace button on your keyboard, and sorry, I forgot to convert this. I'll come back to the functions of the layer. So you have to rasterize it. So not delete, and you see I've deleted the background and I have just a head. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to select all the pictures. I'm just showing you the basics. So this is how it functions. The same thing with the magnetic lasso tool, but the magnetic lasso tool is more trickish, but it's almost the same thing. But this, you don't need to stress yourself. You can just follow it up and it will and guide the tool. So you can start by clicking, by left clicking, normal left, and you click on the area you want to start, and you guide the brush, the tool, and it will do the selection for you. Just keep moving it around the picture, move it, and I'm not clicking, it's fixing itself. And for I feel it's easier, but it's frustrating at times. You can see what just happened right now. It's frustrating sometimes, so you can just take your time, select. You see, it's not as accurate as the other one is. So let's just leave it this way for sake of time. So now you can see. So now when you click on your backspace, you see that part of the background is also deleted. You can see it's almost the same function. It's just the one you know or you prefer using. So this quick selection tool is the easiest among them, but it doesn't work on all pictures. Your picture has to be a good picture, a good quality image for it to work. So you can just click the picture, click close to the outlines of the picture, and it will do the selection for you. And see, when you click, you see it has selected some parts of the images already. If you keep on clicking and expanding, keep on clicking and expanding, then see it has selected the image for you. And you can see here you can just change the functionality to minus so that you can remove this, so that it will trace it back to the arm. So I'm taking it back to normal. So now you can see, if I want to delete, now if I press delete, I'm deleting the picture, not the background. So the trick here is you right click and select inverse. When you select inverse, it will go back and select the background, and then you delete. You see now the background is entirely deleted and I don't have anything on the background. It's just my white background here. You can see it going off and on. So sometimes these tools, they work hand in hand with each other. They work hand in hand, but depending on your kind of job, the job you get at hand, that's when the tools will come into play. You know which tool and what tool to use. You can see they have similar functions. It's just left for you to decide which one is better for your job. If the picture has a good quality, you can use your quick selection tool, and that's all. If the picture has just a shade, like a color, maybe the background is different from what she's wearing, maybe, or he is wearing the picture, maybe the picture is a white background and the person is wearing black, you can easily use the quick selection tool. But if it has plenty colors like flowers, trees, it's preferable you use the lasso tool. Then the crop tool, I think, is the final one I'm going to treat today. Once you click on the crop tool, depending on the type of Photoshop you have, like CS6, it will just select the whole image. Then you come and you toggle around, just try moving it around to get the cropping. And once you're done with the cropping, you can just click on, you can check it here. Once you check it here, you see it has cropped it to what you want, and it will change the size of the image and all that. So you can have this one. So that's it about the crop tool. But if you're using CS4, you have to click this, come and click on the image and draw like this for it to select like this. That's how it's done with CS4, depending on the kind of software you're using. So thank you, and that's all for today. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and like our video also, and share it to your friends.